everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something just slightly different, but it's not something I'm going to regularly do on my channel, but it is something that's going to pop up every now and then once I have gone through a few books or have bought a few books. But basically I'm just going to be showing you a couple of different hauls that I've done, but just basically all the books that I've bought lately, and then I'll probably give a review on just a couple of them that I have read so far. But if you haven't already seen my previous video about the Scholastic Warehouse, that was on again, and so I've gone and I didn't fill a box. I didn't fill a box this time. I just bought a couple of books. I think because last time I got so many books, there wasn't really any. I mean, there was a lot still that I would buy, but there wasn't really any like big ones that I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna go buy this, 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 and this. I've done a fair bit of shopping there already, so we probably only got about 10 or so books from there. But then I've got a whole bunch of other books I bought from Target, and then just other ones that have sort of just popped up that I bought along the way from either QBD Books or one that I got on my birthday. So I'll let you know where I got them from as I show you. But yeah, we'll get stuck straight into it if this one allows me to film. But can I put you down? Can I put you down? No. Alright, let's see how much I can do one-handed. Okay, so this one isn't technically a book, but this first little haul that I'm going to show you is from the Scholastic Warehouse. Now this is based in Crestmead, Queensland, which isn't too far from home. So if you haven't already checked it, check it out. You would have already missed the online sale by the time this gets uploaded, but keep an eye out because they do it once every term, and if you're near that one of the warehouses, you get an even better deal because you can go in person and you can fill a box for $45 instead of just getting the online sales. And then generally most things in stores they have like a little mini $2 section, which you can find some decent books in there sometimes, and then they have the rest of the store is like between 50 to 80% off their books. So generally most books that you see with a price tag, it's like half price of that price. And these books are all the ones, so if your kid has book fair at school, that's what this place is. They do the book fair, and instead of sending your kids money to school to do book fair, I take my kids to the warehouse and then they can pick a whole bunch of books and get it at a much more decent price. But yeah, this one isn't a book. This one, they actually sell notebooks and stuff as well, as you would have seen if you've gone to one of the book fairs. But my daughter really wanted this one. It's like a really fluffy, if you see if I can get close, just a really fluffy rainbow panda, and it's just a bunch of notebook pages. So that's for her. It does come with like a little bit of a bookmark, but yeah, that is the first one. Oh my god, she is a bit messy and dirty. It is towards the end of the day. And then we got this one here, which is the Diary of a Roblox Pro. My kids love Roblox, and my son saw this and he wanted it, and it was pretty cheap at the time, so I was like, okay, why not? So we got that one. Then we have, this was in the $2 section. Normally it is priced at $15, so you can see that it was originally $15, but I got it for $2. I just thought this one looked fun. So it says, Escape This Book, The Cursed Castle. So it's got some chains on the front. Basically it's like they have to somehow find out where to escape. So it's from ages 8 and up, and my daughter is almost 9, so I thought this would be a really good book for her to read and to try and find her way out of the book, basically. So I can't wait till she gets into that and to see what she thinks of it. Then we got this one here. This is Where's Bluey? So it's not like a full-on, like, you know, Where's Wally book. You don't generally always find Bluey. You find like a whole bunch of things like either characters or equipment throughout the book, and it's an easy one for the kids, and I think they almost finished this on day one, so they loved it already. But I've only got this one for this mess, but it is what it is. And then here we have this is called My Gardening Journal. So you can basically write down things about, I'm gonna need to put you down for a minute. There we go, now I can show you. So it was originally $10, I got it for $5, but it says basically to keep track of, you know, your harvest. So this is like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, so you can see each year whether or not it gets better. But the only downside about this book I did find is there's only one small section. Like, it's got other things like sunlog and like all the different vegetables and herbs that you can, you know, grow in your own backyard. So and there's a couple like little quotes and stuff in here, things that need full sun and not like full sun. But I live in Australia and they didn't have an Australian map at the beginning to basically show you what area that you're living in and what climate is where you are. So there's no Australian map, but that's fine. That's the only like sort of 2 like pages that aren't really relevant. But there's the table of contents, so you can pause it if you want to have a quick look. But I just thought that was like, because I'm really getting into growing things at the moment, doing my gardening and making this place feel a bit more alive. I thought that would be a really good book. Now this book I was really shocked to find in the $2 section. So this normally is $19 and it was going for $2, and it's My Amazing Body Machine. So all about the kids, you know, all about your own sort of body, and it's good for the kids to sort of learn a bit more about it. So $2, everyone needs a book like this in their home for their kids to look at. So I definitely purchased that one. Then of course, my kids are obsessed with Minecraft, especially my son. So we have so many Minecraft books, it's ridiculous, but he does actually look through them, which makes me really happy. So when he saw this one, he really wanted it, and it's all about epic bases. So I guess all these different really cool bases that they can build in Minecraft. So they really sort of get inspiration and ideas from these books. And then, you know, out of all the books we have, I was really shocked. I don't think we have any Macca the Alpaca books. So I've read a few of these, but we don't actually own any. So I got the original, and then I will double check, see if we do have any of the other ones. If not, I could probably purchase those ones in the future, because we do love Macca the Alpaca. Then the last 2 books that I got, and unfortunately I only have one because we have already lost the other book, which is really upsetting, but it is Babysitter's Little Sister. So this is really good series. My daughter, I think she's read the first book like 5 times. She got a book set given to her for Christmas by her aunt, and I think it was books from 1 to 4, and then they do go up to 5 and 6. Now this isn't the original like book. I believe these were written many years ago. I think there's like 100 books of this series out there. But so far they've only remade them up into number 6, as far as I can find anyway. And so this is number 6, I believe. But we've lost number 5, which is one I bought. But these were $6 each on the day, were $12, then became $6. And she loves it. She absolutely loves it. She read one of these books straight after I bought it. Oh, sorry. She read one of these books. So we bought it that morning, and then we had to go shopping for a couple of things, and she had read the entire thing before we had even gone home. It is only like a comic strip, which is why obviously she can do it, but it is quite a thick book, and some pages do have a fair bit of writing. And yeah, she fell in love with it, and she loves the series, and she wants to keep going. I really want to, once she gets maybe another year older, I want to get, there's another series, the exact sort of same thing, but instead of the little sister, it's just the Babysitters Club. And so that'll definitely be the next one that I go and purchase, because these are 100% worth it. She has gotten so into them. So she's 8. For those people out there, try these books. Yeah, highly recommend these ones, and go to the Scholastic Warehouse sales to purchase them, especially if you want to get like the whole box set. Anyway, that was the Scholastic Warehouse haul that we got. I think I spent around between $50 and $60 for all those books I just mentioned. Obviously I'm missing one of the books because we lost it in the shop somewhere. But anyway, the next book, this is one that I actually got for my birthday. This one is Clarity and Connection by Young Pueblo. Pueblo, I don't really want to pronounce, I'm going to pronounce it terribly. But I haven't actually read this one. This one is a poetry book. I'm in love with poetry books. So this one I think is says, find a partner who accepts you as you are but also inspires you to evolve because they take their own growth seriously. Love will not seek to change you. It will embrace you so unconditionally that you will feel safe enough to heal the old and put effort into the new. The courage you both have to stay committed to the inner journey will reflect brightly on your relationship. So I technically picked this one out. I got given another poetry book by Nikita Gill, which I already had. And they felt terrible, but it was fine. Like, I just went back and I was like, hey, can I just swap it? And they were fine with that, so I swapped it for this one. No issues. Even if I couldn't swap it, I was still very grateful. It was such a thoughtful gift. But I'm yet to read that one. And then another day from QBD Books, I bought the other poetry book, which is Atticus. It's not love, but it's LVOE. It's basically mean to me. It's like imperfectly love, basically. I love Atticus. He is definitely one of my favorite authors for poetry. This is my little bookmark. I just finished reading this one, but I was given this bookmark years ago and I absolutely love it. On the front it says, believe and you will succeed. But that's my cute little bookmark that I use. This is the last poetry book. The rest are actual sort of novels, like romance novels. This one, Rupi Kaur. Now, I really liked her other poetry books. This book feels like she had a bit of a mental breakdown. I couldn't believe what I was reading compared to her other poetry books and then what I read in here. Like, I get that she was 100% letting herself go, be out there, be her true self. You know, good for you. But this wasn't poetry to me. This was just someone writing down their thoughts or writing down their secrets or their fantasies, things that they really, really want out of a sexual relationship, basically. And yeah, this was not it for me, and it was really, really, really hard to read. Honestly, I just wanted to throw it out, but I was just so determined to finish it because she was a favorite author of mine. But this book to me was like, I don't want to be offensive to somebody because I know they put all their hard work into a book, and I love her other books. Oh, you better pick it up. But this book was rubbish, and I feel terrible saying it, but it was. It just wasn't poetry to me at all. And I don't even want to read a line of that. I will just maybe even try and find a page for you to have a quick whiz at and understand what I'm kind of trying to say. Like, I feel like this was maybe all her emotions coming out from an incident that happened in her life, and maybe she just didn't get it out quite clearly. All the messages in her head was maybe a little bit muddled. I don't know, but pause it on this page and you will understand. Okay, so that's the top. I'll start there. Or maybe I should go out more. There we go. I wonder if we can zoom in on that. But maybe screen's shut it and then zoom in. But oh, I don't know. Anyway, you'll see what I mean if you read that page. Yeah, bit of rubbish to me. The rest of these books, I think, were all bought from Target. Now, I will start with my favorite read so far, and this is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I know Colleen Hoover is just like the it author to read right now, and that's pretty much why I bought all these, because everyone was raving on. But I have found as we go along that more and more some are really like good and some just aren't as good and people are struggling to read them. But this one I do highly recommend. It's called Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, and I cried a couple of times in this book, and it just really, really hit. And it was such a beautiful and tragic story. But yeah, I don't really want to say anything about it because I just want you to read it. It's definitely good. There's not a whole lot of like saucy scenes or anything like that in there, but it's definitely a beautiful romance book that you should read. Now, the next little series from the same author is It Ends With Us and then It Starts With Us. So this is actually the first book, It Ends With Us, and then It Starts With Us is the second book. I actually really liked this little series, and I do recommend reading these ones. It shines a little bit of a light on like abusive relationships and sort of, yeah, and it's a love story at the same time. And you think there's a beautiful love story happening, and then there's like that little twist where, you know, it's not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. But this is so beautiful, and I think this is definitely a really good story to read. So this one first, It Ends With Us, and then It Starts With Us. I have to Google which one to read first originally. Now these last four I have not read, but this is probably going to be my next read, and it's called, she's under the table and she's hit her head because she just doesn't want to crawl out. She's figuring it out. This one's called Confess by Colleen Hoover, same author. I don't know if it's any good yet. Ooh. I'm gonna have to pause this, I know. Oh, thanks for the water. Confess by Colleen Hoover. I don't know if it's a good book yet. I've heard good things about this one, so I am very keen to read this one. This is going to be my next read because I've just finished that poetry book by Atticus. So that one I'll probably get stuck into tonight. And this is the very last 3 books that I have gotten lately, and it's a series, and I can't remember which one goes first, but we have Maybe Someday, Maybe Now, Maybe Not. Maybe Not is quite a thinner one compared to the first 2 books, as I'll try to put them side by side, as you can see. So this is like a 3-part series, but I haven't heard very good things about it, which is really upsetting because I bought all 3 books, and now I'm reading that they aren't such a good series. But that's all right. I will give it a go because everyone's different. It doesn't necessarily mean that I won't enjoy it, but yeah, definitely not. Now I'm not even looking forward to reading them at the moment, but yeah, Maybe Not, Maybe Now, and whoop, and Maybe Someday. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. That is my little book haul from all the books that I bought lately. But I really hope that you enjoyed watching that, and let me know if that's something that you do like and I can share in the future. I thought about doing some little book reviews on TikTok about some of the books that I've read, but yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it there and get stuck into reading Confess by Colleen Hoover. So I'll see you in the next video, guys, but don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and say we'll see you in the next one. Say bye. Talk. Say bye. Good job. We're just learning that. Bye, guys.